What's going on, everybody? It's your boy B Date back for another video, and today we're going to be talking Laker basketball. All my Lake Show fans out there, stand up. It's been 10 seasons, 10 long, excruciating seasons since the last time the Lakers were in the conference finals, and we're back. We're back, okay? Under the leadership of LeBron, Anthony Davis, and the amazing superstar play they've given us all season. We have found our way into the conference finals after two dominating series wins over both the Portland Trail Blazers and the Houston Rockets. So let's just get right into the meat and potatoes of this video. This team, before I even talk about this team, let me back it up a little bit. So last time we made it, 2010 season, we win the title, 7 games against Boston. Kobe wills us, to that title. He didn't shoot well in the 7th game, but he did everything you would want your superstar to do: defend at a high level, rebound, and make timely shots. And so ever since that season, we had the next year we get swept by Dallas, who ends up winning the ship. Year after that, Kobe is going on 1,000, and he ends up tearing his Achilles trying to carry us into the playoffs. And then we do nothing in that year. And then from there, we get into the poo-poo platters of the Los Angeles Lakers. Your Robert Sacres of the world, your Kendall Marshalls of the world, your Ryan Kellys, your Xavier Henrys. It just wasn't good. It wasn't fun to watch. It was excruciating, the lineups that we put around Kobe in his final seasons. You couple that with 2015 through 2017 drafts, we get the number 2 pick in each draft, and we clearly know what we're doing in terms of drafting. We draft D'Angelo Russell 15, 16 we draft Brandon Ingram, and then in 2017 we draft Lonzo Ball. All 3 really good players, 2 of them all-stars, but for whatever reason it just didn't click in LA. So we're terrible then. All the way up until the summer of 2018, we signed LeBron with a number 4 seed going into Christmas Day, and then LeBron gets hurt, and then we get another high pick, which allows us to trade for Anthony Davis. And as you guys see, when Anthony Davis can be your second best player on a team, you're going to have a lot of success, and you're pretty much guaranteed a conference finals appearance. And that's what happened with this Laker team. So through all the hardships and all the trials and tribulations this Laker team had faced, it's very rewarding to actually have a good team and a team that I can get mad at when they don't play well, because I know they're capable, rather than a team I get mad at for not playing well because they suck. So best believe I'm going to talk my talk as long as I can about this team. Now, speaking of this team, there's just a lot of things I really like with this team. Number one, our defensive identity. With Frank Vogel as our coach, Jason Kidd, Phil Handy, Lionel Hollins as our assistants, we have put a predicated effort into the defensive side of the ball, whether that be the rotations after we sent a hard double, as you saw in the last series against the Rockets, and really even against the Blazers when they would set that high ball screen for Lillard. We were blitzing that pick hard every time and just scrambling with our athletes defensively, whether it be LeBron or AD or Caldwell Pope or Caruso, just running and scrambling in rotations defensively. We excel at that. It's really exciting to see this year that not only do we give great effort defensively, but we also pay attention to detail. And like I said, as you've seen in that Houston series, we're flying guys off the 3-point line, not named Russell Westbrook. Anytime Westbrook caught it, we didn't close out to him. We stopped at about the elbow and said, hey, if you're going to beat us from the perimeter, we're going to lose the series. But the attention to detail is something that hadn't been there in recent years, obviously. And it's just very refreshing to see that no matter how bad the offense can be at times, we'll always be in a lot of games because of our defensive prowess. I really like that there's not a consensus quote-unquote third guy on the team this year. So many of the questions surrounding the team before the season and even during the season was, is Kyle Kuzma going to be that third guy? Who's the third guy for the Lakers? We know about AD and LeBron. What is the third guy going to do in a series? And I think it's actually been a blessing for us that we don't have your quote-unquote third guy. Because with LeBron-led teams, the third guy, whether it be Kevin Love or Chris Bosh, those are the guys who get their games get hindered the most because they're always just relegated to being a spot-up shooter. You look at the Heatles, LeBron and D Wade, were the guys, and Chris Bosh had to be the stretch four. Same thing with Cleveland and the finals runs LeBron made there. Kyrie was great. His numbers didn't get affected because of LeBron. It was the third guy, Kevin Love, who was relegated to being a stretch big man and just shooting threes. So I actually think it works very well with the Lakers not having a prototypical third option, because the third option on LeBron-led teams is just the open guy. One night it could be Caldwell Pope because he's hitting threes. One night it could be Danny Green. It could be a Kyle Kuzma cutting off the ball. It could be an Alex Caruso cutting back door for layups and just being a menace defensively. In the last series, you saw it was playoff Rondo and Markieff Morris, who were great. And that's the really good thing about this team. The chemistry is very high. There doesn't seem to be too much of an ego thing there. And they're not overly caught up in who has to be the third guy. Finally, the thing that I believe was the most important about us getting to the conference finals was us finally unlocking the best version of ourselves. And that's having Anthony Davis exclusively at center. So during the regular season, we insulated him a lot. We didn't want him to play a lot of minutes at 5. So we would start JaVale and back him up with Dwight and play like 40 minutes of a traditional center. And then, AD would close out each half at the 5, just for those little spurt runs. In these playoffs, he has been almost exclusively at the 5, especially in the Houston series. And I think that was the best thing for us matching up with Houston, is because Frank Vogel got to see that not only does it make the game easier for AD and LeBron when there's more space, it obviously also makes the game easier for the role players, because before, with JaVale or Dwight on the court, the role players aren't getting rotated off of a lot, and when the ball gets swung out to them, it's not just the cleanest look from 3. Now, with no big, with AD at the 5, I should say, there is acres of space for them when LeBron or AD kick out to catch and shoot, because that rotation is an extra 3 to 4 feet that the defender has to make, and in the NBA, that's all the space you need to get off a clean look. The swings around the perimeter become easier because there's a lot more space. You see Rondo and even our rookie Talen Horton-Tucker, they're getting into driving gaps because people are reluctant to help off of, AD or LeBron. Even though they don't shoot the ball well, people don't want to leave them. And, going forward, man, if we are to win this title, if we get past either the Nuggets or the Clippers, whoever wins that game 7, I think that AD at the 5, exclusively too, not just in spurts, but primarily at the 5, is what propels us over the other teams in this in the bubble playoffs, and hopefully leads the Lakers to their 17th NBA title. You guys let me know what you think. Laker fans, show some love. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, share with a friend for me. I appreciate you guys so much.